Kathy Engelbert to no longer be the commissioner to be part of the deal. Now, we don't know exactly if she's still going to be there after this deal gets signed. I would expect Kathy Engelbert to possibly move on allegedly after the CBA deal get done, man. Let's head on over to X real quick and pull up this article that has come out because it is a shocker. I ain't lying, bro. I did not know they was talking about that much money. Wow, 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 wow.
Fresh developments have emerged regarding the Women's Professional Basketball League's collective bargaining discussions, revealing significant financial details about ongoing contract talks. Sports Business Journal published an extensive report examining the complexities surrounding the negotiations between team ownership and athlete representatives. The women's basketball organization currently stands at a critical juncture as both sides work toward finalizing an agreement. Recent statements from prominent players suggest progress, with one All-Star indicating the contract situation appears close to resolution. However, specific terms remain undisclosed as discussions continue behind closed doors. An interesting element from earlier negotiations involved demands regarding league leadership changes. Initial reports suggested athletes wanted modifications to the commissioner position as part of any final agreement.
Oh, wow, wow. So, Sports Business Journal stated the WNBA released its 2026 schedule Wednesday, but just because there are no dates on the calendars doesn't guarantee, that just because there are now dates on the calendar doesn't guarantee there will be players on the floor, bro. This is shocking. It says inside the WNBA's $700 million plus pay divide with players' union.
Whether these leadership concerns will influence the ultimate outcome remains unclear, though speculation exists that administrative transitions could occur following contract completion. The financial scope of these negotiations has proven surprising to many observers. Sports Business Journal's investigation revealed the monetary gap between proposals reaches staggering proportions. The publication's analysis detailed that, despite the release of the upcoming season schedule, no guarantee exists that athletes will actually take the court without a finalized agreement. The headline figure centers around a massive financial divide exceeding $700 million between what players seek and what ownership currently offers. This represents the total difference over the complete term of any potential contract, showcasing the substantial disagreement between negotiating parties. Both sides acknowledge one fundamental principle for the first time. Athlete compensation should directly correlate with league revenues.
Plus pay divide with players' union, bro. Let's pull up this article because this right here is going to tell us everything we need to know. So the article goes on to say, months into CBA negotiations, the WNBA team and athletic union representatives agree on this. For the first time, women's basketball players' pay should be directly tied to the money their league earns. Then come the details. In them, the devils from the debate. A month after.
This represents a philosophical shift from previous contract structures. However, agreement ends at this basic concept, with significant disputes arising over implementation specifics. The disagreement focuses on which financial formula should determine pay scales and what exact figures should be applied within those calculations. Multiple sources with direct knowledge of discussions confirm these technical disputes continue creating obstacles toward resolution. Current proposals utilize the team's gross revenue as the baseline measurement. The league's most recent offer would provide athletes compensation equivalent to 70% of net revenue based on current financial projections. This percentage would increase gradually, rising from 65% to 80% throughout the contract's duration.
In them, the devils from the debate. A month after the most recent proposal was shared, on the sides disagree over both the type of formula that should be used to set compensation and exact numbers to plug into, according multiple sources familiar with these talks. Now, the latest offers have been framed using the teams, the league's gross revenue. Now, we know the women has been wanting to get what their piece of the pie, they say. Now, the WNBA has now created its own.
League officials contend their proposal represents a substantial investment that could create significant financial challenges. Representatives have consistently argued that meeting athlete demands in full would result in operational losses for the organization. The league has historically operated at a deficit, reportedly losing between $50 and $70 million annually during recent seasons. Despite philosophical alignment on revenue-sharing principles, the two proposals remain substantially separated regarding projected salary figures. Analysis suggests these differences have narrowed compared to earlier negotiation phases, yet considerable distance persists between the positions. According to calculations based on the competing proposals, athletes would receive approximately $700 million more over the contract period under their preferred terms compared to management's latest offer. This differential represents the core financial battleground in current discussions.
Created its own proposal model. While its latest offer would give players the equivalent of 70% of net revenue based on current projection, rising from 65% to 80% over the course of the deal. Then it goes on to say, in response to reporting, the WNBA proposal will lead to significant losses for the league. Now, that's what they've been saying, right? They've been saying, hey, if we give y'all what y'all want, we ain't gonna have.
Average compensation figures demonstrate the proposed increases. Current average earnings sit around $120,000 annually, with projections showing increases to approximately $250,000 under various scenarios. These numbers reflect the substantial pay raises being discussed, regardless of which proposal ultimately prevails. The complexity and scale of these negotiations have generated considerable attention throughout the basketball community. Information continues emerging gradually, providing clearer pictures of what both sides seek from any final agreement. The fundamental need remains establishing terms that enable the upcoming season to proceed as scheduled. Observers generally maintain optimism that disruptions can be avoided despite ongoing disagreements.
If we give y'all what y'all want, we ain't gonna have no money. Now, we know the WNBA has been working pretty much being what I'm about to say, bankrupt. Basically, they in a loss. I think they lose anywhere from $50 to $70 million every WNBA season. Now, at this top part right here, it said the two offers remain far apart in its projected salary figures, though not as far apart as earlier suggestions. Over the course of the potential CBA,
the schedule release itself suggests confidence from league leadership that resolution will occur. Releasing competition dates allows teams, partners, and supporters to make necessary preparations, creating momentum toward normalcy. This strategic timing places additional pressure on negotiators. Once fans begin anticipating specific matchups and planning attendance, expectations build for smooth season commencement. The public investment in the schedule creates natural urgency for completing contract terms before missing any scheduled games. Beyond contract discussions, other developments within the league community continue generating attention.
As far apart as earlier suggestions, over the course of the potential CBA, the union's proposal would likely see more than $700 million extra flow to players compared to the league's latest offer. So $700 million is on the table here, bro. Now, the average is up from 120 to 250,000. That's the average salary. And yeah, man, it's just looking very, very interesting. Everything that
Star athletes have increased their engagement with supporters through social media platforms, demonstrating stronger connections with their fan base. One prominent player recently interacted with supporters celebrating her birthday, acknowledging posts and following admirers online. These personal touches represent positive steps in building relationships between athletes and their audience. Taking time for direct engagement shows appreciation for supporter loyalty and helps strengthen overall community bonds. Such interactions benefit everyone involved in the sports ecosystem. Questions persist about whether certain marketing opportunities receive adequate emphasis.
Thing that has transpired with this CBA agreement, I'm glad that we're starting to get a little bit more information about this, exactly what they're doing. But at the end of the day, man, we need to have a season done, bro. We need to have a season for sure. I know the schedules come out, and I've been a big advocate saying that I don't believe it's going to be a lockout. I still feel that way. I don't.
Some observers feel the league could better highlight its biggest stars and maximize their promotional potential. Concerns exist that organizational decisions sometimes work against optimal athlete visibility rather than supporting it. The overall situation presents numerous moving parts requiring coordination, contract negotiations, schedule releases, roster construction, and fan engagement all interconnect within the broader landscape. Expansion franchises face particular uncertainty, unable to finalize their rosters while free agency remains frozen pending contract resolution. These complications extend beyond pure basketball considerations.
This is, honestly, Adam Silver, this is brilliant. And it's brilliant because you already got so many fans over on your side right now. All right. Everybody's seen what the league has offered. So many fans are like, okay, that's a shit ton more money. Excuse my French. And now you drop the schedule to get all the fans.
Teams sharing facilities with other sports organizations need confirmed dates for arena reservations. Ticket sales operations require schedule certainty to market packages effectively. Broadcast partners must plan production resources and promotional campaigns. All these elements depend on resolving the current standoff. The stakes have never been higher for women's professional basketball. Recent growth brought unprecedented attention and commercial opportunities.
To get all the fans worked up into a lather. I see what you're doing, and I like it. I got to be honest. You get the fans excited, it puts the target right back on the players. Oh, you better sign this thing. Y'all need to sign this so we can get to this schedule and get to playing. Guys, last year sucked. Let's just keep it real.
New media agreements expanded broadcast reach significantly, with additional networks joining coverage rotations. The upcoming season would mark 30 years of league operations, creating natural promotional opportunities around this milestone. However, capitalizing on momentum requires cooperation between all stakeholders. Financial disputes that delay or cancel games would squander hard-won progress and potentially damage long-term growth prospects. Both sides recognize these risks, providing motivation to reach acceptable compromises. The coming weeks will prove critical in determining whether the season proceeds smoothly or faces disruptions.
Guys, last year sucked. Let's just keep it real. It sucked. Caitlin Clark was hurt. That was not what we signed up to watch. But this year, because of the World Cup, we're going to get, provided these hateful players don't knock Caitlin Clark out of the games again, we've got a chance to get Caitlin Clark with more Caitlin Clark. Not only Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark representing the Fever.
While optimism exists that agreements will materialize, the substantial financial gaps revealed in recent reporting demonstrate the challenges remaining. Bridging a $700 million divide requires significant movement from one or both negotiating parties. Ultimately, the basketball community watches closely as this situation develops. Supporters eagerly anticipate the upcoming season, particularly highly anticipated matchups between established stars and talented rookies. Whether those games occur as planned depends entirely on negotiations concluding successfully. The financial stakes are enormous, the timeline is compressed, and the sporting world awaits resolution.
Not only Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark representing the Fever and the United States of America in the World Cup. This could be glorious. Let's start here. Erica F455 posted this. Go follow. This is the new State Farm.
Where's Caitlin Clark? Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks, Jake.
State Farm with the assist.
All right. New State Farm commercial.
The WNBA unexpectedly unveiled its complete fixture list, creating a strategic masterstroke that shifts momentum in ongoing collective bargaining negotiations. Recent comments from Breanna Stewart suggested potential fractures developing within the players' union solidarity, hinting at weakening resolve regarding their contract demands. The league's decision to drop the schedule now represents calculated brilliance. Commissioner Adam Silver already...
A new State Farm commercial. WNBA released a statement, folks. Released a statement. WNBA slated to tip off the 30th season Friday, May 8th. With the WNBA tip-off presented by CarMax. It's really good. It's really good. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever hosting Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings.
The message becomes crystal clear. Sign the agreement immediately so everyone can proceed with these exciting matchups. Last season proved deeply disappointing. Caitlin Clark's injury derailed what should have been a spectacular campaign. Nobody subscribed to witness that outcome. However, the upcoming season presents enhanced opportunities. Due to World Cup scheduling, assuming opposing players don't physically target Clark out of competition again, fans stand to receive substantially more Clark content than ever before.
And the Dallas Wings. Yeah. This is really interesting. Front Office Sports must be hating this. They must be hating it. By the way, there's a very key portion of this. As part of the new CBA, we know the league wants to go to 50 games and then go to 54 games.
She'll represent both the Indiana franchise and Team USA internationally during the tournament. The potential glory factor skyrockets. A new State Farm advertisement features Clark prominently, demonstrating her marketability explosion. The commercial capitalizes on her superstar status perfectly. The league issued an official announcement detailing their plans. The 30th anniversary season launches Friday, May 8th with a CarMax-presented tip-off event.
54 games. I did that video the other day. They're not going to do that this year. Why are they not going to do it this year? It's simple. The World Cup. That's going to be your extra Caitlin Clark for the year. WNBA released the schedule for the 2026 season Wednesday, despite the league and union remaining at odds over the new CBA.
The marquee opening night matchup delivers exactly what fans crave. Clark and Indiana hosting Paige Beckers alongside the Dallas Wings. This scheduling choice seems designed to maximize drama and viewership immediately. Despite ongoing collective bargaining tensions, the league proceeded with release anyway. The new labor agreement aims for eventual expansion to 50 games, then 54 contests. Those increases won't materialize this year due to World Cup conflicts, which effectively provides bonus Clark appearances through international competition. The official schedule announcement dropped Wednesday despite unresolved union disagreements.
Over the new CBA, the 30th season will feature 44 games tipping off May 8th, concluding September 24th, though a work stoppage could delay this. Woo-wee! If them players force a stoppage now, after all these fans are worked up about how excited they are about the season, man, and they probably release this.
30 teams will compete across 44 regular season games beginning May 8th, concluding September 24th, though potential work stoppages could disrupt everything. Should players force a shutdown after generating this massive fan excitement, public relations disaster awaits them. Arena operators partially drove this release timing. Venues demanded confirmed dates to coordinate alternate bookings, creating external pressure forcing the league's hand. One official statement explained that publishing the schedule represents crucial groundwork enabling teams, corporate partners, broadcast networks, and supporters to begin necessary preparations. The union declined immediate comment, though internal reactions likely ran hot.